What is design?
So first you have to see the design.
No, what is design?
Who made this building?
Builder.
Which builder? Who?
I cannot tell you this.
Okay, so one second. So Mahdi, don't ask me who when you need to ask me what.
What?
You're telling me what? You're telling me the builder made the building.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, look around you. We see design. We see things that are created with purpose and specific functions. This is design.
Okay.
You can deny design.
Have you seen the same thing? Have you seen the same?
Let me finish my sentence, Mahdi. So when you see design, then you have to have a designer, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about what now, not who yet. We'll come to the who later.
Okay.
So when you look around and I see things that are working in a way that's functioning and they're designed to mesh perfectly together, whether you're talking about DNA, whether you're talking about how the water gets on a 200-foot tree, how the water's starting in the ground and getting to the leaves and evaporating, whether you're talking about how things grow, whatever you're talking about, grass, geology, whatever you're talking about, the clouds. This is a functioning, balanced system that is designed.
Okay.
We see design.
Okay. Have you seen same as I've seen different builders building different buildings? Have you seen different designers building the universe many times? That you are assuming a designer has made our world.
Okay, let me ask you.
Have you seen other worlds been made by different designers?
So are you asking me?
So you are assuming. So you are assuming that the same designer or different designer has designed our world.
Let me understand you.
So you cannot do that.
So let me understand you.
Okay. Yes.
So if you see one building, it's one building standing in the desert. No other buildings exist. You see one building, yes? 5 stories high, everything is there. You're going to say, I'm not sure if a builder made this.
Why would I say I'm not sure?
Because there's only one building.
No, you haven't. I've seen buildings made by builders other places.
Mahdi, I'm giving you an example of your scenario.
Okay.
I'm giving you an example of your scenario using your metrics. There are no buildings on this planet. There is only one building.
But we're not on such a planet.
But
we are on a planet that there are many buildings.
I'm talking about your thinking process.
No.
And what you're doing is you're running from the conversation.
I'm not running.
Okay.
You're just saying on a planet that there is only one building.
Yes.
No, we are living on a planet that there are many buildings.
Mahdi, I know this. But you have to listen to the conversation question I'm asking you. This is called avoidance.
No,
so you can avoid if you don't want to. If you don't want to,
you that you are going wrong.
I will explain to you. If you don't believe in what you're saying, that the reason you believe that all the buildings are made by builders, different builders, because you've seen many different buildings being built, you don't believe this. And I'll tell you why you don't believe this. If you lived in a world where there was only one building, you would never, 100%, and you can tell me, you would never ever say, there was no builder for this building. You would never say this. Tell me. No. 1 second.
Listen.
Deal with my question.
Mahdi, hold on.
Mahdi, deal with my question.
No.
Don't avoid my question.
No, because that's a wrong question.
I'm asking.
Wrong question
Mahdi,
doesn't have answer. If you make a
answer
wrong question, why would I answer a wrong question? Your question is wrong.
Okay.
Because if you are living on a world that there are many buildings and there are many engineers, and we've seen all these engineers.
Which ones have you seen?
What do you mean, which one?
Tell me which engineer you've seen.
My own house was built by engineer.
Yeah. Okay, one. Okay. Tell me any other buildings. Who built this building over here?
Come on, maybe
built the building?
Hold on.
Tell me who did it.
Okay, maybe that building was built even before I was born.
So who built it?
Who built it? I know a builder.
I cannot seen it.
The only way I can find that, I can go to city council and find out the name of the engineer.
So you don't know.
Maybe even get his photo.
You don't know.
Yeah?
Okay, you don't know.
What you're saying
is... you don't know. You don't know. That's fine. You can say you don't know.
I know a builder. Yes,
Mahdi,
I know a builder built it.
So Mahdi, but the reason, the problem you made is, this is the thing. You're saying we've only got one universe. We've never seen other universes being made.
No, maybe there are other universes.
Mahdi, listen to me.
Have you seen
universes
this
is the illogical thing. You're saying we've only got one universe. We've only got one building. So we haven't seen many universes or many buildings being made.
No.
Therefore,
we've seen many buildings.
1 second, listen to me. Your analogy I'm taking along. Your analogy.
My analogy was the truth that there are many buildings.
It's not. Your analogy is incorrect. Because
Go on, tell me why is it
you're
incorrect.
making the claim that if you're making the claim
Yeah.
and you're denying this, I'm
No.
surprised. You're saying that if there was only one building,
I'm not
I
saying
would
if
not.
there was only one
listen,
building. We are on in
Mahdi,
a universe
Mahdi,
that there
can
are
we-
many buildings.
Can we finish our
So your question is
Mahdi,
the wrong
Mahdi, let me
question.
finish my sentence.
Unless you ask
Why
the
are
right
you worried?
question, I will
Why
not
are you
answer the
worried,
question.
Mahdi? Why are you worried?
I'm not worried.
You're worried because you're not letting me even finish my
Go on,
sentence.
carry on.
You're making the claim that if there was only one building in the world, you would not believe it was made by a builder. That's the claim you're making.
No,
It's illogical. It's illogical.
No. You
Illogical.
put it. I never said that. You've been saying that all along.
So
I
tell
never
me,
said that. So
if there
don't
were-
say something and say I said it.
This is what you're saying. This is an
I know.
analogy.
I said there
I
are
will tell
many
you.
buildings.
I'll give you. I'll
and
help
we
you.
know no. Because you are being recorded. Go on read.
I don't care.
No, I'm
Turn
just
all the
saying.
cameras
Go
away.
on, watch them again.
Let's turn the cameras
go
away.
On,
I don't
go
care.
on,
Mahdi,
watch that. You
Mahdi,
realize
Mahdi, listen to
you
me.
are the one who
Mahdi,
said it. I'm
listen to
saying
me.
we are living in a
No,
world
Mahdi,
that
listen.
there are
This is
many
a-
buildings,
Mahdi,
not
listen to
only
me.
one.
Listen to me. I don't care about the cameras.
Oh, I don't. I'm
Okay.
just saying that
So
you
you're,
can go and read.
so you're, that's the problem now. Now what you need to do is there needs to be some honesty from you.
Yeah.
Okay? If there was only one building in the world, you still would say that this building has been built.
No, hold on. We
If there is
we
one
are
second,
in a
one
world
second.
that there are many
If
buildings. There is no only one
second,
building.
Let me finish my sentence.
on.
The universe, the world that we see around us, exhibits design. It shows this property. Now you have to either you can give
Okay,
me one
so-
second.
okay.
One second. Let
Tell
me finish.
me- tell
Finish.
me
Let me
which
finish my
designer,
sentence. Let me finish
okay.
my sentence. So either you can explain to me where the design came from, without the designer.
Okay.
Either you can explain to me that, or you have to
Okay.
accept the concept that there is a designer for the designer. That's it.
Listen.
So tell me.
Okay. Wait. Hold on a second. If I was a designer, there are many things. Why would a designer? Yeah.
Before you
hold
change
on.
it, you're changing the topic.
I'm just. You
First,
asked me.
answer my question, please, man.
You asked me for a designer.
No,
I'm
I
telling
never-
you,
no,
if
I
there is
said
a
this-
designer, is a
Mehdi,
stupid
Mehdi,
designer.
listen to my question.
Because the design is not so good.
Mehdi, listen to my question. You're not answering my question.
That's your question.
What is my
Go on,
question?
Ask it again.
Mehdi, the universe that we see around us, everything that we see exhibits design. We can see it.
No.
Now,
it's
one
not
second, let me finish my
design. I'm just
sentence.
telling you, no, it doesn't exhibit design.
Okay, so it doesn't exhibit design?
No.
Nothing at all. Random.
No, it's more likely to be random than design.
What's random?
No, listen, I'm just
So tell
saying
me.
it is not
No,
design.
one second. What do you mean by random?
No, you just a word that you throw, and I said is more likely to be random.
What do
I
you- what
didn't
do you
say
mean
it is
by this?
random. But I'm just saying,
No,
if
but
there
you-
was, it's not a
Mehdi,
design.
Mehdi,
Listen,
Mehdi,
you
Mehdi.
asked me if it's
No,
not
I didn't
design.
say
I'm
this.
saying it's not a design.
I'm asking you
know,
to
and
explain-
you want to listen why it is not a design?
Okay, go on then. Are you going to answer the question, or are you going to just be rude like this?
No, excuse me.
You're being rude. You're not allowing the conversation.
Why am I being rude?
I'll explain to you.
Hold on.
I'll explain to you.
No. You
Uh,
just
do you want me to
you're
tell?
just telling me
Do you want me
I'm
to tell
rude,
you?
and I'm telling you
I'm
why.
I'm telling you. You want me to
Why
tell you?
do you tell me I'm rude?
Do
I
you
have
want?
not said
Do you
anything
want me to
rude.
tell you why I said that?
Yeah, go
Do you
on,
want me to tell you why I said
me.
that? Because what you're doing is you're talking and you're stopping like this and you're looking at me.
No, who do you want me to look at when
So-
I'm talking? We are.
What I would like you to do.
We're having a
What I would
face-to-face
like. What I would
conversation.
like.
Of course I'm
What I
gonna
would
look
like
at
you
you
to
when I
do.
talk
What
to
I would
you.
like you to do is to. What I would like to do is actually respond to the question I asked you.
And
I
that-
asked you about. I asked you very specifically about. We see the design. It's there. Now you.
And I said it's not a
It's not.
design.
You said there's no design.
Oh.
Okay, so your circulation system doesn't have a function. There's no design in that.
I didn't say it doesn't function. I
It has
said
no
there's
design.
no design.
Okay, so tell-
If it was a design, it's a stupid design.
What? Tell me why.
Why?
Tell me why.
Why the designer made a design that in Africa, African people are suffering?
I'm talking
Because
about.
I'm not
I'm
having-
talking about
no.
your heart. I'm talking about your heart.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah,
What
tell me
about my
circulation.
heart? You
I'm
change
talking
this-
about
Now
no.
from the world we go to my
No,
heart.
no. I went from the heart. You went to the world.
No. You
You went
we were
from the
talking
heart to
about the
Africa.
world.
You went from the
no,
heart to
no,
Africa.
no. We were talking about the world.
No,
Now-
we're talking about
okay,
design.
why are you
We're talking about the
my
design.
heart? Design of what? Design of my
Your
heart?
circulation system. Tell me what's wrong with it.
What do you mean?
You
what?
said there's no design in your circulation system.
Did you?
You said
I never said we were not talking. Even us, even human being design. What?
Is it design?
No. What kind
Tell me
of?
about your
no,
heart.
hold on.
Tell me
What
about
kind-
your heart.
Okay.
Mehdi, tell me about your.
Okay.
Mehdi, tell me about
Listen.
Mehdi. Tell me about
okay,
your heart.
If you keep quiet
Yeah,
for
but
a
no,
second.
you
if
have to, because what you're
You ask
doing
the
is
question,
this
let
is the
me
problem.
answer
The
you.
problem we're having, Mehdi, is we're not actually talking in a line.
No.
You said that there's no design.
And you threw it to
You
my
said-
heart.
so
and
I said, okay,
why are we talking about
you have
our
your
heart?
cir-
We
you
were
have-
talking about the world.
talk about the solar system, universe. tell me.
Okay, yes.
Anything.
Now, okay.
Solar
Okay,
system.
now you want to go about human being? Okay.
Solar system. Either we're talking about design. So either heart or the solar system. You tell me about design.
Okay. You want the solar system, the Earth, solar system? Okay. Why has it designed solar system the way that it is? What is the use of Mars? What is the use of Pluto? What is the use of all those planets that has no living creature on it? They're just going around for nothing. For what? If that was a design on purpose, then what is the purpose of it?
So you don't know the purpose.
No,
of it.
no, you tell. No. If it's a designer,
second.
no, if it's somebody who designed it for our sake, then there should be purpose to those. But I'm just saying there is no designer.
Are you?
This
no,
is
no.
the way that the world it is.
1 second.
Yes?
I'm talking about the universe. You said this. You said that things are purposeless. Yeah?
No.
You said Mars has no purpose.
There is no purpose in life. There is no purpose in anything. This is the way it is.
Why are you here then?
What do you mean? Why am
If your life is without any purpose, why are you not relaxing?
Accidental.
Why
I'm
are you?
here,
No. You're not hearing my question. Why are
You're
you
just asking me why
I
are
haven't
you here?
finished.
I'm just
You didn't-
answering
you
you
didn't,
and
no,
say
you didn't.
no.
You didn't answer my. You didn't hear the question I asked you.
Go on,
Maybe
ask the
you
question.
didn't even hear the question I asked
Go
you.
on, go on.
You want to hear the question I
Go
asked
on
you?
again, go on.
If your life is purposeless, your life, is meaningless, purposeless.
I did not say my life is
That's what you
meaningless.
said
I have
just
every
now.
meaning in my life.
You said
But
that
there's
right
no
now.
hold on. The purpose that you are talking about, you mean somebody made us for a purpose? No, it's not that way. In my life, I make a purpose for my
So you
life.
arbitrarily make it up, yeah?
No. You said, why are we here? I said, we are here
that's not-
accidentally.
That's not what I asked you, Mahdi.
Go
I'm
on.
talking about you, with
Yeah,
your
why
life
not?
that was made up, the accidents. There's
Yeah,
no reason you're here. There's
yeah,
no.
we are
There is
all
no.
here
No, you're
accidentally
talking about
as
yourself.
human beings.
Everything was an accident.
No.
There's no.
I'll
There's
tell
no.
you why.
Well, let me finish my
Okay.
sentence.
You asked
Let
a
me
que-
finish. I haven't asked a question.
Go on.
I'm making a statement.
Go on.
Do you want me to make the statement?
Go on.
Or you just like to argue?
And this will be your last question, and you let me answer it before you
I
jump to
haven't- I
something
haven't-
else. Because the minute I go to answer you, you change the question. What's the point of you asking
Okay, you
different
talk.
questions?
You talk for 5 minutes. Go
No,
on.
there's no 5
I'm going to
minutes.
time
If
you.
you ask it, no.
I'm going to time you because you're making this statement
Listen,
over and over again.
If you ask a
2 minutes, I'm timing you.
If you ask a question, you wait until your question is answered. Now you can ask your question and you wait for the question to be answered. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't change your question from one thing to another.
You've got 1 minute 45 seconds.
Go on, ask your
1
question.
minute 45 seconds.
For what? Ask your question because you asked me too many questions and I don't know which one to answer right now. You asked me too many questions. Okay, let's say my answer is finished. You're gone. Because you have to ask me the question all over again. You asked too many questions. Sorry.
Coward. So this is a clearly an atheistic person who was a bit of a nihilist, who was actually trying to disrupt the dawah. So I took the person to the side and was having a conversation with them. And very interesting thing is sort of slipping from point to point and not sticking with principles that he'd made. So the first principle that he made was that to believe something exists, you need to see it. So we gave the example of the brain, and he wasn't able to produce evidence that his brain existed. And what he said was, I can see other brains, and because there are injuries to brains, that tells us that the brains are involved in thinking. And then we talked about, we made the point of correlation, something being correlated. So that means if you see something happening and something else happening at the same time, how can we say that they are linked to each other? This point, he didn't seem to understand this. And then we move on to the concept that we see design in things, and that would indicate a designer. Gave the example of buildings, and I gave an example of there being design within the universe. What then happened is that he said, actually, we've only seen one universe. How you're making the assumption that there's design. So when we gave the analogy of there being a building on its own in the world, how would you know that single building is designed? he didn't want to engage with this point because he knew that it would make his way of thinking become illogical. And then unfortunately, the rapport broke down and the conversation sort of ended. But it became a little bit sort of just a phase of denial. So this is what really nihilism can take you to: the idea that your world is purposeless. It's just an accident. It makes you purposeless and just an accident. So what you end up doing is actually having a life where you make arbitrary meaning. And the question really I was asking him, if somebody thinks that their life is without any purpose, why are you here on a Sunday evening having conversations with people? But we never really got to that. But hopefully that was a useful thing, and maybe you will benefit from the conversation. Assalamu alaikum. Brother, you want to take some of these? Assalamu alaikum.
Break a window. I done it. I broke the window. I went to Bond Street. In Bond Street, and that's how I got.
I'll do it in a rich area. Rich people don't want to snipes.
And they don't want to see that you're willing to do that.
They want to see vandalism.
No,
Because the rich people, if they see this, someone who's homeless in the area, they're not going to like it. So they're going to be like,
Was he a Shia? No, I don't know. He seemed atheist.
okay.
He's probably Iranian. So, were you thinking of a title?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the last thing that one people
No design improvement.
No, it's not saying you do it because you don't want to. You don't do it.
Anyone else?
The linguistic, actually, you know I don't.
Just you.
We came about 1:30.